Hello everyone, I'm back with another story. This one is a really sensitive, interesting story, and this book belongs to my daughter, which is almost 25-year-old. And this was her favorite book, so I thought of reading and sharing a story from her book. Let's read Regards from the Old Boots. In fact, the old boots' regards were no good to anybody because nobody was interested in the old boots. In spite of this, for some unknown reason, they persisted in sending regards to anyone with whom they were even remotely acquainted. I'm going for a walk, announced the elegant, ever so smart black umbrella. The weather today is perfect, dreadfully cold and damp. It rained all night, and now it's pouring down harder than ever, I think. Oh, exclaimed the old boots. They were a bit sentimental. Please give my regards to the fourth step by the entrance to the bread shop. If you happen to drop in there on your walk, just tell her the old boots send their regards. All right, replied the black umbrella, indifferently, if I don't forget, and disappeared through the door. Of course, as soon as he was outside, he immediately forgot about the old boots. And even if he did drop into the bread shop and linger for a moment on the fourth step, he never gave her the old boots' regards. Of all the stupid things, old boots indeed. Who would admit to knowing them? The old boots really were a sight. Firstly, they had lost their shape ages ago and gone all wobbly. They couldn't stand up straight because the heels were worn down. Secondly, the lacquer had peeled off. And now you couldn't tell what color they were. So judge for yourselves. What was the point in sending regards for those old wrecks? And who needed their regards anyway? In fact, the old boots never asked whether their regards had been passed on. They hadn't been outside themselves for ages. How could they go out looking like that? They should probably have been thrown away 10 years ago, but nobody could be bothered. So the old boots were still standing on the shelf in the hall, sending their regards to all and sundry. Just tell them the old boots send their regards. For goodness sake, stop it. They'll survive without your regards, grumbled the shoe brush. She was very prickly, and the old boots were glad they didn't come into contact with her anymore. Contact with her sent shivers down your spine. Shoebrush had actually never been outside and thought there were nothing but dirt out there. No, they won't, the old boots objected. Everyone likes to send regards. It means your friends haven't forgotten you. If you want to show you haven't forgotten your friends, you should send them something useful like a book, a bunch of flowers, or a nice chunk of meat, declared the flowery cloth bag, who was always taken out when people went visiting and always had some gift put into her before they left. The flowery cloth bag regarded herself as a great authority on good manners. But the people we send regards to don't need anything useful. Take the fourth step by the entrance to the bread shop, for example. What would she do with the bunch of flowers? She hasn't even got a vase and she can't read, so why would she need a book? And she doesn't eat meat, so I don't send her any, and I haven't got any anyway, said the old boots, heaving a sigh. In that case, said the flowery cloth bag, you must send her what she does need. But what does she need? The old boots asked. Well, I don't know, drawled the flowery cloth bag. Everyone needs something. You could do with some good polish and a soft rag, for example. We can manage without that. The old boots replied. The trouble is that everyone's forgotten about us and nobody needs us anymore. Well, if all you can send people is regards, Shoebrush retorted, it's no wonder nobody needs you. And on this point, the flowery cloth bag was perfectly right. Again, all the old boots could do was sigh in reply and curl up even more. Who wouldn't curl up at words like that? It really was hard to imagine what the fourth step could need. Perhaps she needed nothing at all? I'll ask her next time I go to the bread shop, the black umbrella promised, and I'll tell you what she says. So, as soon as the weather got nice and rainy again, the black umbrella went out for a walk and dropped into the bread shop specially. He stopped by the fourth step and said, would you mind if I ask you a question, fourth step? No, please do. The fourth step answered faintly. She was very old and her voice was a bit hoarse. I was wondering what you actually need if someone wanted to make you a present. Say, what should they give you? The fourth step smiled and answered quickly. Many years ago, I was deeply in love with a splendid pair of black leather boots. Oh, how handsome they were! The leather shone and smelt of polish. The heels tapped gaily. Ah, yes, I expect they are old boots now. But I'd give anything, just to hear they sent me their regards. A small tear rolled down from the fourth step to the third. Of course, the black umbrella didn't tell old boots about this conversation. The fact is that he was in love with the flowery cloth bag and didn't want anybody to know that even flowery cloth bags were not always right. The story ends. Isn't it very touching? We keep wondering what other people need. We keep getting into materialistic things and gifts, and we try to please people by sending gifts, whereas all they need is, especially our elders, they need your regards. They need a call once in a while. They just need to be asked how they were, if they were keeping well, especially in these pandemic times when we are not meeting people and there are thousands of people waiting to hear a call. So we can send them regards once in a while, asking about their well-being. It costs nothing. Really, it costs nothing. Just a good gesture. Make a phone call to somebody whom you've not called for probably many days. Have a good day. Thank you.